Hey, boys. How are we?
You're getting taller.
Yeah, you're getting shorter. Just like Frankie.
How are you, mate? You haven't got any shorter, have you, eh?
No, same as he said. Yeah, I first started probably during my primary school years, so late 90s. I actually, met my footy coach through my secretary at the school, so I was taking, I think, the lunch orders in, and her husband was the president, so Frankie just met before and said come down to this footy club. So I spent, from grade 1 all the way up to, I guess, year 10 at school.
For me, I started back when I was about 8 or 9. One day I remember Chris Sharon walking past my mum's place because he used to live up the road. So one day I remember him walking past and I said, I sort of yelled out through the window. I said, "Oh, Chris, where you going?" He had his footy boots on and that, and he told me he's going to footy training. So I quickly ran in and saw Mum and Dad, and I was like, "Mum, can you take me footy training? I want to sign up with Midvale." So from there, I just started playing footy from there.
What do you remember about this place, mate?
Training days, I remember catching the school bus, rocking up at the bus stop and heading off to Chicken Treat. A little pre-training snack, chicken treat. So
A Coke?
A Coke maybe, yeah.
I coached here for 15 years. My first association with Michael was when he was a 10-year-old. I picked him up as a 10-year-old with a whole mob of other really good kids, and really he was at the club right through until he went to Swan Districts, Colts at 17. So we had a long history together.
Well, Nick came down at probably about 10, I think. Some of the boys, we were short of players, and some of the boys said, "Look, I've got a friend of mine who plays basketball at the Dome down here," and I said, "Bring him down, because I'm sure that we can give him a game."
When you and your brother turned up, I think you were about 10.
Yeah.
About 10.
No footy boots.
Nothing.
Still ugly.
But you're always a school gangly kid. Now I'm 6'4", and you were about 6'3" then. I think you're only 10. Totally uncoordinated.
Yeah.
Tread on your feet. Fall arse over all over the place.
Right.
You know, it was just, and to watch you mature through the grades was just amazing.
And Nico, he's always been around. Everybody's looked up to him. And I think he's grown tall as the years have gone by.
Still looking up to me.
I know, I'm still in a...
I don't know what they're putting in the food down there.
I don't think I can fit him in my car anymore now.
How many accolades and trophies did you end up with over the years? Because it was you had a pretty awesome count there.
Yeah, I ended up with a few. As you said, I won a few grand finals with you. I was lucky enough. I come up with a good team, and I think I walked away with three or four best and fairest in the comp.
Well, Michael was always a talented kid. You could tell that from 10 years of age, that the kid just was a freak. Extraordinary skills, really good skills, but a fantastic personality for a young kid, and he always had that. And loved training. I don't think he ever missed a night of training in the entire time we were coaching, from 10s right through the 7-8s. He was just there all the time.
Nico, what sort of player were you back in the old days of Midvale?
Mainly in the ruck, I guess. Yeah, I was the tallest, always the tallest. So go in the ruck and play it forward and try to kick some goals if the other boys weren't kicking them all for us. Biggest thing I probably took out of it was trying to play like a smaller guy. A lot of the guys are pretty agile and dodging guys through the middle, so along the way you pick it up at training and during games as well.
How many medals did you win while you were here at Midvale?
Good question. Unlike Sonny, I don't think I won many. I had a few coaches' awards, most improved, those type of awards, the ones you got teased about. But no, best and fairest. Chrissy Yaron used to win all of those.
Nick showed that a lot of endurance and encouragement of other kids to bring them into play, because he was just sort of a friendly person all the time. Kids looked up to him. I think he had the makings of a leader.
I was mainly in the midfield, and just move forward.
What we used to like about watching Sonny is that every game, I think there'd be at least one screamer from Sonny, and the whole crowd would erupt, Sonny! And away, and still doing it now.
Walters! What a leap!
One thing I can remember was trying to teach you to kick right-footed.
Yeah.
And you still can't do it.
No, that's why I always try and step and get on my left. But back then I was a little buck-toothed kid with a bald head, and a lot's changed now. I think I'm quite good looking at the moment. So I like to think of it that way.
Oh, the cobweb's still there.
It's a lot smaller, eh?
Oh, it's smaller.
So Nico used to put his head up there, where his head used to fit.
Tiny.
I'll do the old Stevie J. There, that's not smother, that's a goal.
Oh, hit the post.
Smother.
And that's how you kick it. And that's how it's done, Sonny.
Any vivid memories of training while we're here?
Probably the biggest one was trying to hit the goal post. So we had to hit every single post before we could leave training.
You're good at hitting the point post.
Oh no. And sometimes you'd be here all night, especially for those who weren't the best kicks. You were spending about, half an hour to an hour trying to hit those posts. But that's probably the biggest thing that probably stands out in my mind.
Did it improve your kicking?
It did.
There we go, so it worked.
Hit the post. Oh no. Oh no. This is why we never went home.
Nico, how often do you sort of come back to your old stomping grounds down here?
Yeah, a fair bit. I guess we get to come back through the Auskick stuff, so we try and pick and choose, I guess, the local schools around here, but the footy club as well. But I'm pretty privileged to still kind of live around this area, so I stop by on the way home every now and then, and sometimes I do my running down here in the off-season. But yeah, being from Perth and still living locally, it's only down the road for me.
Yeah, I come down every now and then. I'm like Nico. I live a fair way from here. I live about 40 or 50 minutes away, so whenever I find time to go and visit my mum, I usually come down here because I go and watch the local basketball and that every now and then. A couple of times I did my running here, same as Nick, and I did some pool work just at the local pools as well. So I've been down a few times, and I'd like to continue coming down.
A really good mix of young kids, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
From all different backgrounds, and we had Asian kids playing, we had some ethnic kids from the Middle East playing, we had your Indigenous boys playing, white kids from around town, and everybody blended.
That's why I think it made it a good club, because everyone could sort of come down here and enjoy footy, and whether they were good or not, they always got a game each week, and they sort of got to know each other pretty well. Playing back here was very important for me, especially kept you out of trouble, and around here a lot of boys like to have a bit of fun and cruise around together. Especially because it's so tight in this community, and everyone sort of hung out with each other, and I suppose footy sort of kept us on the straight and narrow.
I think it probably gave you a sense of identity as well. The coaches always had your best interest in heart, so whether they'd get you to their house to make sure you had breakfast before games or before training, they'd set up breakfast club here, having dinners at their house, but just making sure guys weren't on the street doing, I guess, what kids or teenagers tend to do when they're up to no good. So whether it's guys spray painting or I guess doing the wrong thing, Frank and Stewie and the club as a whole were great at I guess giving you goals. They help you set goals, and then just told you the right thing to do and the right path to follow.